Our next song called Air Gas Water Man is about being a slacker.
What's up, Tucson, Arizona? This is the Call Me Crazy Show, episode 238, and I'm happy to be here once again. We're back with a vengeance, yay! Before I forget anything, I want to be able to say, right now the future of TCCC is uncertain. We don't know how long it will last. We don't know if it's going to last another 9 months or 9 years. We get taking it episode by episode. So thank you for tuning in to episode 238. And this is October 8th, 2010. And the first thing I want to talk about was a couple days ago when I was online. I have been so busy. I have stopped reading the newspapers, which is not a good thing because I love to be current on everything, especially world affairs. But past couple months, I've been so busy with doing other stuff. I haven't been able to do a lot of reading on the newspaper. So most of my time I've been online sometime. And anyway, a couple days ago, ABC News had shown a segment 2 days ago around 11 o'clock their time in Mongolia. An unidentified flying object was spotted, and I saw the video footage of it. And it's weird. It's I can't really show you. I can't really tell you how it looked. Eventually, hopefully, you'll be able to see it. But anyways, it darts up and down in the clouds. I don't know where the picture is taken from another airplane or anything. But it has some sort of red little dazzling lights over it, like a very straight thin line over it. And then the way that it was moving, it wasn't hovering or wasn't. It's bizarre. But anyway, I saw it and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking maybe it's a weather balloon. Because remember back in the 40s and 50s, the U.S. government really did look into the U.F.O thing. And a lot of them could be explained by weather balloons and satellites. And also, too, there's been some missile exercises here in the West Coast desert that's been mistaken for UFOs. But the one in Mongolia caught my mind because one or two things, because I always had an interest in UFOs ever since I was a kid. I like to think back when I was a little kid, I had been kidnapped by aliens, and I'm living a human life on this earth. But and the second thing that caught my eye about the UFO Mongolia, I was like, well, wasn't in Mongolia some Mongolia is seen in the movie Close Encounter of the Third Kind in the beginning? I believe it is. And I was thinking, why would there be a UFO hovering in Mongolia? Then I figured the aliens had watched Steven Spielberg's Close Encounter of the Third Kind and decided to go to the exact spot on Earth to convince everybody that there's extraterrestrial life out there. But and when I was watching the video segment on the computer, I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if it really was like a real, like it's a real UFO? I'm not saying it's deadly, but I was hoping for like one of those moments in like in that movie Signs by M. Night Shyamalan with Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson. During in the movie, there's an alien invasion and very scary movie. And I thought M. Night did a very good job of explaining the story. But I was thinking, wouldn't that just be great? All of a sudden, on a day like August 8th, 2010, that UFO incident from 2 days ago turns out to be like the biggest news story in the history of mankind by actually being an ET, extraterrestrial alien life. And I was thinking I would love to see something like that in my lifetime. It would be great to say, hey, yeah, I was alive when that first alien came down. And then I was thinking that we'll be living like in the movie District 9. Then after a while, there would be like, non-humans are not allowed here. And I was thinking, no, that gets too far-fetched. But then I was thinking, well, if it is far-fetched that there's aliens, well, then why can't there be racism alien thingies, I guess? I don't know, I'm just rambling. But I was hoping to God that like, hopefully some door would have opened and something would have came out. Like Richard Dreyfuss, or I just hope for that one day, guys, because I would love to be able to say, yeah, we were the first human generation to make contact with out there in real life, you know. And then people like Stephen Hawking, he can say, I told you so, you know, because he was right all along. Like I read also somewhere Carl Sagan said that he believed that there were, Carl Sagan, he was a great scientist and astronomer, an author. But anyways, he had written somewhere where I read that he believed that there were at least several thousand civilizations out there in the universe other than us. And when I read that was maybe a couple weeks ago, that really spurred a moment in my brain where it said, oh, that's pretty interesting. What are the odds of hopefully one of those fuckers coming down? And then the more I thought about it, I was thinking maybe it really is that UFO in Mongolia. Okay, I'm out. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Okay, second thing I want to talk about. We all know the election is coming up in November for the governor of Arizona. And you can damn be pretty sure that I'm going to go vote for you-know-who. It's not who you vote for, it's who you vote against. And I don't want Jan Brewer to be my governor anymore. And besides, she was never my governor to begin with. You know, Jan Brewer don't care about people like us. You know, I feel like Kanye West. Remember back in, what was it? 05, 06, Kanye West said that. About George Bush didn't care about people and all that. Well, you know what? Jan Brewer don't care about nobody but herself. And on top of that, I get the feeling that she's pretty much an idiot or a moron. Because I saw her on a debate a while back, and she had like a brain fart, and it's horrible, and she don't know what to say, you know, and I don't like it just for the fact that new immigration bill that she put back a couple months ago, no doubt is still being talked about, not as much as before, but it's here, and for people living in Arizona like us, we always gonna have to deal with it. And some people had said that it's not right when the Constitution states that every man is born free, yet but in Arizona it doesn't feel like it. But Jan Brewer, I hope she loses. So here I am. I'm endorsing Terry Goddard because I have a close relationship, not to him, but to someone who was his friend, who was his brother, who was the sister, who worked at the place where his brother and the sister worked at. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, I'm endorsing Terry Goddard because Jan Brewer is she's a nobody. She has put Arizona in such a bad spotlight. It's hard to believe she has brought so much wrath on this great state of ours, and she has tarnished the image. You know, our image has been already fucked before. I can remember Evan Meekum, who was governor in the 80s. He had raised quite a riot when he wanted to, and he was a racist mofo too. And then also too, how can we not forget Fife? You know, not only was he a racist, or it's not that, he was more of a crook, but the point was he was another governor of Arizona to be tainted with scandal. And now we had Jan Brewer, you know, and the worst part of it is, you know, I've always been led to believe that women are smarter in terms of how humans relate to each other. They're more emotional, so therefore they know more about the human mind, if you want to take it as that. But Jan Brewer is a woman, and she's so evil. It's such a sad thing for us to be saying that she's our governor. You know, people all over the country call us the anti-Brown state. Don't come to Arizona. Of course, we all heard about the boycotts. It just, at this point, it doesn't even matter. What matters is that try to go vote in November and vote for Terry Goddard, please. And I know you guys are probably sick and tired of all these ads for Gabrielle Gifford and Jesse Kelly, and the list goes on, and John McCain, and then you got people endorsing them like Sarah Palin. It comes around to Arizona, and they spend so much money on these ad campaigns, millions and millions of dollars, and then only to lose. What makes it so great that we can live in a country where the only way that you can win public office is by how much money you spend on a campaign, but not by your ideal, not by your work ethic, not by your perspectives on all things American. It just comes down to like how much money can you spend for an ad campaign. That will guarantee you a seat in public office, and that's wrong. And I read somewhere where John McCain has been, serious, but millions and millions get to retain public office, you know. It doesn't make any sense to me. You'll pump in millions and millions of dollars into an ad campaign when the whole state is strapped for cash. You know, you keep cutting education and with all these budgets cuts, education's always the first one to go. And then also you guys had cut down the access insurance for the kids' care here in Arizona. But it's okay for politicians to spend millions of dollars on these ad campaigns. And then it gets all wasted because they just go to pay the TV stations to air these ads. You know, and these TV stations, they don't care what ads they are. For all they care, they'll put the opponent's ad and their ads on the same channel and in the same half hour. You know, and a couple of days ago there was one for Gabrielle Gifford, and right after Jesse Kelly, then after that there was another one for a treasurer, and then I'm thinking all that good money being wasted in the ad campaign when there's all these people in Arizona who could really not, I'm not saying use a handout, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying put it back into these programs that really do help those unfortunate who do need the help. It gets ridiculous, you know. You're going to go spend $5 million to make 10 commercials to be aired 10 times in a 10-week period at so-and-so place. at a so-and-so time, and then you don't, and then to manage not to win, you know, oh well, I spent $80 million on an ad campaign, but I lost. Oh well, I spent 120 million, and therefore I'm a U.S. senator. And you know what? I don't give a fuck about you guys out there in Tucson, Arizona. You know why? Because I don't live in Tucson, Arizona. So that's the way it goes. So Jan Brewer, you have brought such a so much disrespect for our state. You know, you're out there with your $800 haircut and your fucking $2,000 business suit, and yet you go to like a Circle K or a supermarket, and you'll see at almost every store in Tucson, you'll see at least someone who's asking for at least for some help by saying, "Do you have any change? Can you buy me a soda? I'm poor. I'm homeless." And they're out there, and I understand that people are homeless and they need help. And every store in Tucson has somebody at least begging for some money out in the front. Those are the people who could benefit from all that money who came from the ad campaigns of all these politicians. And then people will come to Arizona and say, well, these people really care about each other. But no, there's so much animosity between Tucson, Arizona, and Phoenix, and then Flagstaff. Like Flagstaff think that they're their own country. And I'm not putting Flagstaff down. It's a beautiful town. Been there myself. Seen the meat puppets there. Great show. But it seems like nobody cares no more in Arizona. And Jan Brewer has brought this I don't know what to say, this blanket of hatred that gets smothering us, right? And then it keeps getting tighter and tighter. And before we know it, Arizona's going to be like, you know, we're so hated. It's like, I wonder if some other people would like think, you know what, they shouldn't even be in the U.S. You know, we're so fucked up. I wouldn't be surprised if other states would say, you know what, Arizona's so fucked up, they shouldn't be in the union anymore. Let's just go back to 49 states. Arizona fucked up. They can run themselves, you know. So that's my opinion for today, and it only makes me mad because I'm gonna go home later today, and I'll turn the TV on. I know it's a bad habit, but I have to watch some news. But goddamn it, I'm gonna be watching some more of those ad campaigns, and here I think, what a waste of money. So fuck them all. I hope they all die. And fuck them. The Call Me Crazy Show. The Call Me Crazy Show. The Call